Hi, and welcome to Reseller News. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is November 16, 2018. Thank you for tuning in. And I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to me. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content. You keep coming back for more. I just want to say reach out to some comments I received on some of my videos. As you know, sometimes when I do start the Reseller News, I always talk about my own situation, about how the sales are very slow, lagging, or no sales, or flatline sales. And I've been getting some feedback, which is good. I'm getting some comments, and I do welcome them, and I do appreciate it. Yesterday I went on Down Detector, and this morning I went on the eBay community chat board. And I was expressing some of my views on both of those websites. And I've gotten some, feedback from it as well. In those, posts I left on both of those websites, I stated that things are, if they keep getting to where they are, bad as they are, that I will eventually be going back to a 9-to-5 job. But the more I think about it, we live in a very complex world. Life is not, it's going to have its ups and downs and stuff like that. And there's going to be competition no matter where we go and what we do in this world, whether it's going on a job interview and being outdone by another candidate that's got better or more qualifications than you. We're going to run into situations like that. And to stand out amongst the crowd, you gotta prove to yourself and prove in general that to others that you can do it. Now, be as it may, I may have to go back if I can't conjure up a way to make a substantial amount of income to keep me going. But I'm still going to be doing my YouTube videos. That's without a doubt. But at the same time, I don't want to quit. I tell my daughters in life, quitting is easy, staying in the game is the hardest part. And for all the well wishers out there that did wish me well, because the way I've written that post, it seemed like, I was done, I'm finished. But the more I think about it, life has its ups and downs. And the more we keep getting beaten down, the more we got to get up. We got to be more strong. We got to take the old saying, take the horse by the rein. So I decided for myself that I'm still going to stay in this game, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm going to try to figure a way out. I'm going to listen to what people have to say. Take their advice, and I'm still going to keep trying. This is one of my dreams and one of my passions. As many of you have dreams and passions, this may be some of yours too. I don't know. But I do know one thing though. I don't want to be a quitter. Quitting is the most easiest thing in this world to do. I mean, it is. It's the most easiest thing to do. You could go on a job and you could be taught on the job training and you could be taught what to do and stuff like that, and you may feel, I can't comprehend it. I don't understand what's going on here. And I just, then you get that old expression, I just feel like quitting. Well, you do quit. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Am I annoyed about what's going on with eBay, that there's no sales? Sure, absolutely. But at the same time, I'm not going to stand here or sit here in front of my webcam doing videos and take it lightly either. Somehow, some way, I got to make it. We're going to walk this path once in this world. Okay? And I'm going to try it before. I'm going to give it my hardest, my best. I was watching a show one time on one of these PBS shows, a documentary. And this gentleman was on there, and he grew up to be a great architect. I don't know his name, but he's an architect. He became an architect. And his father always wanted him to do good in life, go to school, get an education, so on and so forth. But at the same time, watching that documentary, it made me realize one thing. Listen to the story closely. His father told him, no matter what you do in this world, be the best at it. If you're a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper. If you're a garbage man, be the best. In other words, whatever you're doing, be the best at it. You know, a lot of people who start these successful businesses, not everybody has master's or bachelor's degrees. I did a video a while back about billionaires that only had high school diplomas. There's some that don't even have a college degree. So, you know, my take in is, you know, the way I look at it now is, if these people could do that, all right, now you might say, well, different times now. You're talking 70s, 80s. There weren't so many, you know, there wasn't that much competition, but there was back in those days. You know, I was watching Henry Ford, The Man in the Machine, with Cliff Robinson. And even the documentaries, too. I was watching on PBS documentaries. You know, Ford wasn't the only manufacturing company that came out back in the 18 or 1920s, whenever he started, 1919, whatever. There were other companies. There were other car companies there. You know, there were other car companies in the mix. I always thought, you know, when I watched that documentary, I said, wow, maybe I thought maybe it was just him. You know, maybe he was just, well, not, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying just quote unquote him, but, you know, you watching the movie, it's focused on him. But then you start watching more into the movie and you say, wow, look at this. This guy here is, there was other car companies out there. So, you know, competition goes way back. You know, when Richard Sears started the Sears Catalog Company, I think he had Montgomery Ward. There were other companies out there that was competing. It was always there. Competition was always there. Maybe, you know, it's not as fierce as it is today, but it was there. And I'm not going to, like I said again, I mean, the more I think about it, I see myself, you know, this is a dream and a passion I have. Why should I let things of that nature, you know, certain circumstances or incidents, hold me back from doing what I want to do? You know, like I said before, we're going to cross this path once in life. You might as well do something you like. You know, some people, you know, as they get older, they go in their golden years. I used to hear people saying, oh, when I get to a certain age, I retire, I'm going to go get that fancy brand new Corvette, or that fancy, that brand new Mustang that they came out with. You know, like people have that there. You must have heard that there. I'm sure we all did. But, you know, I mean, the thing is, it's like, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of the word quit. It just bothers me. So for those well wishes out there, and, you know, the people on Down Detector and the eBay community, you know, talking about, commenting on my comment, replying to my comment, I should say. I just want to say one thing. I'm going to stick it out. And I thought about it. I'm not letting things beat me down anymore. Been through too many things in my life, and I'm not going to let things of this nature hold me back. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to try to do more research. I'm going to work a little harder, and I'm going to see if I can make this thing work. And if I can't, like that old saying goes, I'll die trying. I'm not giving up, folks. I can't. You know, that's the problem in life. We go through life. It's so fast. I mean, I look at my daughters now, the ages they are. They're in their 20s. And I say to myself, look how fast the 20 years went by. I mean, 20 years. It went like that. I mean, here I am. Remember, you know, taking care of my daughters when they're little babies. Now they got their college degrees. They're on their own, basically, and, you know, living their own lives. And I say, look how fast life passes you by. You know, I want to live out my passion before I leave this world. And I suggest people, if you're in a different situation, I'm right behind you. But you know what? If we do have to, you know, deviate off course, so to speak, and take a different road, don't give up on your passion. You know, put it on the side, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit until you get yourself back into the sync of things, but don't give it up completely. Because I'll tell you right now, me personally, if I do have to go back to a 9-to-5 job, which seems like I'm pointing in that direction, but right now, let me tell you something. Right now, at this point in time, I'm going to hang in there a little longer. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to keep doing this for business. Whether it's on this platform, you know, eBay or whatever, or if I try to sell on my own website, I'm going to try to make it work. I have to. You know, there's a show that comes on here on PBS. It's called Startup. And they go through the commercials, like, you know, they go through the segments where they show you how these people start their business, how they maxed out their credit cards, they took these loans and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever watched it. I think it's called Startup. And there's one part there when the lady goes, he's interviewing a lady, goes, failure is not an option. Failure should be an option. Although it is, it exists, but it really should be an option. So, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna keep doing my videos. And if I get a big subscriber base, that's great. And if I don't, well, it is what it is. I got some windows opened up, and I want to try to expand them. I know when you click it on, you can probably say, oh my gosh, this guy's got a lot of windows. This might be a longer video than expected, and I'm sorry. As time goes on, you start thinking things, and you say to yourself, you want to get these things off your chest and stuff, but it's the gospel truth, folks. We're going to, live your passions out. If you got dreams and passions and goals you want to achieve before you do it while you got that sound body and mind, because when you get too old, folks, when you're late 70s or late 80s, you're not going to be thinking about this. Life is so short, and it goes by so quick. It really does. But I'm gonna stick to it. I really am. So for those again who wish me well on Down Detector, thank you very much. Whatever path I take, be it the self-employment path or going back to the workforce path, I'm still going to keep trying. I'm still going to stay in this business somehow, some way. I got to make it work. And like that lady said in Startup, failure is not an option. And with that, let's get right to the reseller news. Just want to share one interesting article I thought was kind of funny, so if I can get to it here. My glasses on, we'll get to it in a second, but let me see if I can find it now. You can see a lot of windows open up here, folks. I'm trying to find out one particular article. This one right here. Let me click this on first. Look at this one here, folks. I don't mind, by the way. I got my afternoon coffee. Let me just take a swig of it. Can't drink coffee cold. Look at this one. This came out on Fox News. And it came out, I believe it was today. Let me see here. I know they usually have a date. All right, well, it says over here, published 3 hours ago, okay? And of course, today is November 16th, 2018. Jeff Bezos tells employees that Amazon is not too big to fail. Listen to this. Listen to this story really quick here. I wanted to share this with you guys. It goes on to say, Amazon will go bankrupt one day. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of e-commerce colossus worth almost $1 trillion, told his employees in a stunning admission. Amazon is not too big to fail. Bezos said last week during all hands meeting in Seattle, where someone asked his about his company's future, according to recording heard by CNBC. He goes on to say here, in fact, this is from what I understand, this is Bezos talking. In fact, I predict one day Amazon will fail. Okay, Amazon will go bankrupt. If we look at the large companies, that their lifespans tend to be 30 years plus, not 100 years plus, he said, days before the company announced its plan to venture into Queens. Now, I don't know. In regards to this here, I don't know. I have to beg to differ. Now, I'm not a statistician. I don't sit there and do, research on every single company that's out there. But I got to say this, though. There are companies that have been around about 100 years. If I'm not mistaken, I think Macy's has been around for 100 years, right? Hold on for a second. Macy's has been around, I believe, for 100 years. I think there's been other companies. I think Sears, too, has been around for quite some time. So I don't know, where he's coming out, unless he's talking about newer companies. But I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, there's, 100 years plus. I mean, as far as I know, there are companies that have been around, at least from what I understand. But this is what he's saying. Then it goes on to say, specifically, the employees asked Bezos, 54, what lessons he'd learned from the recent bankruptcies of Sears and other big retailers. He says, the key to fending off inevitable, Bezos continued, is for Amazon to obsess over customers and to avoid looking inward, worrying about itself. If we start to focus on ourselves instead of focusing on our customers, that will be the beginning of the end, he said. We have to try and delay that day for as long as possible. So you would think hearing him talking sounds like he's nervous, but I don't think he has to worry too much with what is he worth, 150 billion plus. Bezos' comments surfaced shortly after the company announced that it will open office in Long Island City and the Virginia suburbs of Washington, D.C. Despite Amazon's unprecedented success with its workforce of more than 600,000 employees and a stock price that has more than quadrupled since 2013, some within its ranks worry about the pace of expansion. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of this here, guys. You can read it. I'm going to give you the URL. You can check it out for yourself. It's funny coming from a man like him that sees so much, sees so much exposure in this area. I got another thing over here. I'm gonna bump out here really quick here. I just want to show you something. Here I have this magazine. It's called Internet Retailer. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. All right. I have to put it close to my chest because the backdrop will make it disappear if it don't already. If it does, I do apologize. Okay, this is the one with the Supreme Court overturned quill. Now what? Right. Anyway, it goes on to say here, would you believe it? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's already starting to get dark here. I got to turn the light on, so bear with me if I start glowing. It goes on to say Amazon is already in the category already leading the category online, but it faces strong competition from the likes of Who's, Wayfair, and others. Now, the article goes on to say, can Amazon conquer home goods? Apparently, this guy wants to he wants to dab his feet in every little thing we can. It goes on to say, online sales furniture and other home goods are soaring, and Amazon.com Inc., the largest online retailer in North America, has emerged as a dominant player. Its market share in the category is slightly greater than the combined share of the top 6 online retailers that specialize in furniture and home goods. Experts point to several advantages that Amazon has over its competitors in the space. It has an ambiguous brand and improving online experience when it comes to navigating home goods and an extremely loyal customer base. Given that position, many expect Amazon's market share in the category to grow, especially in the furniture subcategory. But there are no guarantees. After all, home improvement, home goods marketplace boasts that shoppers can use its platform to browse more than 10 million SKUs, as well as to wade through millions of home interior images designed to inspire shoppers for their home improvement projects. Then the Wayfair Inc., which was built out of logistics network to cut down the number of steps and an item takes before arriving at the consumer's door, which speeds up the delivery, the time, and costs. Meanwhile, Amazon also faces challenges in mass market chains like Walmart Inc. and Target Corp., as well as category-specific merchants such as IKEA, which have an advantage in a large physical footprint that can take advantage in attracting shoppers who still want to see and touch home goods before they buy. Now, it says over here, I'm not going to read this whole article because it's a couple of pages. It goes on to say over here, hold on. Let's see here. All right, let me just read this part if I could. It's going to be a lot more than I expected. I'm sorry, folks. To help convince shoppers to buy online in many categories, including Amazon, are scrambling to implement technologies such as augmented reality, AR, a website, and website personalization. They're also increasingly focused on finding ways to improve the logistics operations and automating certain distribution center processes and adding new facilities to help get shoppers in orders delivered. These investments appear to be paying off. The online home goods market was the fastest growing e-commerce category last year, including home goods sales. For Amazon, the 109 home goods retailer in the top 1,000 and others, internet retailer estimates that the U.S. online home goods market was roughly $44.9 billion in 2017, up 31.3% from $34.2 billion in 2016. It goes on to say Amazon alone sold $12 billion worth of home goods and furniture in 2017, according to the internet retailer estimates of 50%. From $8 billion in 2016, that gave Amazon a 26% share of the online market in the category. Mattress sales have driven significant shares. Amazon's growth online and home goods. Apparently, he's involved with the home goods. He's always probably been somewhere along the line, right? Mattress represented the biggest furniture sector for Amazon. Okay, in 2017, and more than $1.1 billion in sales, increase an 82% year over year, according to the June report. So apparently, according to the this article here, can Amazon conquer home goods? So apparently, this guy wants to jump into the bandwagon. He wants to get involved in everything and anything. That's what he wants to do. So will he knock out those companies? Who knows? I don't know. I really can't say. But anyway, I just wanted to share those two stories with you. I thought they were kind of interesting to see how this guy is, moving along. It's like a locomotive train. Nothing's going to stop him. He's just going to keep going. Let's get back to those news and let's see if we can call this quits here. Okay, let's go over here, folks. All right, now Jeff Bezos. All right, we got that one. We know that story. Let's see if we can do this fast. Wunderlist, I'm going to try to do it fast. Wunderlister, okay, for those who know, it says Wunderlist is an eBay lister, is the best affordable turbo lister alternative with subscription starting at $5 a month. I am sharing this with you guys. I am not going to, expand on that there about as far as getting into this here. Because me, I don't need to spend any additional money. The reason why I'm putting it out there, I figured maybe you guys might be interested in it. Okay, and if you want to check that out, it's www.wunderlister.com. And the other one with Jeff Bezos was on Fox News. Fox News, I think it was www.foxnews.com. You could check that story if you want to read it. Okay, so let's bump out of here. Here's another one. This is from Web Retailer. The website is www.webretailer.com. It says the best ways to get suspended from selling on Amazon this season. Okay, this was looks like it was posted November 16th. All right, that's today. Yep. Okay. And it was put out by, who's the gentleman who put it out? Chris McCabe, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, it says, for sellers afloat in Amazonian waters, here's how to sail into a shark-infested depths, break your oars, and smash the hole in your boat. Okay. They're talking about how you can get suspended over here. As you can see the title over here. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm just going to read the highlights over here. Infringement claims. Okay. Misuse of variations. Number 3, come on, computer, work with me, please. Inauthentication item complaints. Inauthentic item complaints. Then it says already suspended. Here's how to stay that. Here's how to stay that way. Okay. Complain about your buyers submitting fake complaints to get free shipping. Use a template for your appeal and plan of action. Number 3, blame competitors using fake buyer accounts unless you could really prove it. Lose your cool. Don't rock the boat, baby. Okay, and you can read the rest of that there. Then it says over here is view top Amazon selling tools. These are all active hyperlinks when you click these on, folks, just to let you know when you see them in blue, okay? You could also comment, too. Leave a reply. They like to hear from this. See, I commented once before on they did a story where I think it was Red Retailer or Tamebay, one of them. I think it was Tamebay, about adding videos to your your listings, and I said it there. Basically, long story short, I don't think it does anything for you, but that's my take. Anyway, the site. Let's move out. I think this is another one from Web Retailer. It goes on to say, and this one too was posted. Let's see the date, November 12th, 2018. Okay, a couple days old, folks. eBay rounds up 2018 trends, marketing tools, problems, and seller stories. It says, we have published many articles about eBay over the years. In this roundup, we pulled together some of our most relevant posts from eBay sellers. We have categorized them to make it easy to find what you are looking for. Trends. One is trends, marketing, tools, problems, seller stories. Okay. You could also find out the world's top eBay sellers. If you click on here, it's an active hyperlink. And then again, they talk about the same things. Basically, the other one, trends, marketing, tools, okay, problems, seller stories. So you can check that out. I'll get back to that one now. I definitely would like to check this one out some, but I'm going to bump out in the meantime. Here's one over here, folks. Be careful. This came out November 15th, yesterday, 2016. 60-year-old sentenced for selling fake items on eBay. Okay. It goes over here, Madison, Wisconsin. A 60-year-old Madison man was sentenced Thursday for selling fake items on eBay using another user's account, according to the release. And it goes on to say James Dudgeon was sentenced to 24 months in federal prison for aggravated identity theft. Officials said he pleaded guilty on the charge September 11th, so on and so forth. If you want to read that there, folks, the rest of this story, you can go to the website. It is www.channel3000.com. Okay, you could check that out. I don't want to expand too much on these here, folks. Just give you a brief update. Okay, closing this out. What is this here? Oops, we don't need that. This one here is out. Well, the website is digiday.com. Okay, it's how eBay is building a server-side ad tech to chase ad budgets. This came out November 15, 2018. eBay wants to put in part an ad tech gain that would allow rival Amazon to profit from the number of programmatic bids moving to the cloud. The company is building a server-side and ad tech so it could sell its own media. The pitch is to show advertisers that it could sell their ads in a fair auction because of its own server, rather than having to trust an independent vendor to do so. And it goes on to say, in this type of auction, which is referred to as a unified auction, no one bidder gets preferential treatment. This ensures bids win based on their strength, not preference. This is slightly different from Amazon's server-side, as EdTech built in aggregating demand for publishers. Okay, you can read the rest of this story here, and it is from digiday.com. Let's move right along. This one here is from metro.co.uk. And this one here is a 26-year-old packet of crisp is selling on eBay for $16. This came out November 15, 2018. It says a 26-year-old packet of crisp is selling on eBay for $16. Yes, it's $16 for a packet of crisp that's been, has been there, that's sat there for 26 years. The antiquated packet of cheese and onion found behind the kitchen cupboard has a best before date of November 7, 1992. Wow. We found them behind the kitchen units as we were having a refurb, explained crisp archaeologist Damien Conop. They look immaculate considering their age. I couldn't find any information about them. Just that they were around in the 80s or 90s. The item's condition is confusely listed as new, brand, new, unused, unopened, undamaged item. I'm sorry, folks. The reason why I'm laughing is because I did a video a long time ago of the crazy things that sell on eBay. You got to see the stuff there. You'd be cracking up too, because it's like an inside joke, so to speak. Because I know the things that sold, and it makes me laugh. But anyway, it reminds me of the cheese doodle thing and the grilled cheese sandwich face with the Blessed Virgin on there. If you remember those stories, that's what this reminds me of. Only in a different aspect of it. But anyway, you could check it out again. The website is metro.co.uk. Let's move right along. That's funny. Okay. Here's over here. Following crash, George Clooney sells Harley-Davidson motorcycle on the eBay. We all know who George Clooney is, the movie actor. It says George Clooney has sold this bike on eBay. He's been sporting about L.A. with his wife, Amal, whatever. Photo on eBay, whatever. Let's see what goes on here. George Clooney vowed to give up riding motorcycles, reportedly at prodding of a wife, Amal Clooney, after a serious accident last July in Sardinia, Italy. He followed through a promise today, selling his Harley-Davidson motorcycle on eBay, of all places. Clooney, 57, miraculously avoided a serious injury, even though the scooter, he motorcycles or scooter. There's no scooter to me. Even though the scooter, oh, okay, he was riding. Okay, I was going to say, I was going to say a scooter. Even though the scooter he was riding collided with head-on with the Mercedes sedan. He slammed his head into the windshield and flew an estimated 20 feet through the air. Well, that's good for him. I never liked motorcycles. I mean, no offense to people who have. I never really got involved with them. I'm not a motorcycle guy, but you know, around here where I live in New York, I don't think they're the safest place to ride. I've been reading this past couple of within this past year about how many motorcycle guys got killed over here on this certain roads in my area. I know it happens all over in different states, but I'm just talking about my state right now, and not for me. But anyway, let's see what it says over here. Sale ends today, November, and fetched $48,000 after 27 bids. A similar bike is up for auction on eBay, starting at $33,999. Okay, and that's not bad. That's not bad. And it's today. Okay, well there you go, folks. You want to? Well, you can't now. It's up for sale, but there it is. Okay. All right, let's move right along. Keep kicking here. Okay. How eBay is building. Did I just read this one here? Let's see. It's all media publishers. I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm going to pass this on this one. If you guys want to read this one here, this is on. Yeah, I think we did this one already. Yeah. You know what it is? Sometimes I click the button too quick and I get this like over here. There's a couple of these here, but different ones. This one here is from Zacks, www.zacks.com. It says eBay gains, but lags the market. What you should know. I know. You're probably wondering, why would I put this out? It came out November 15, 2018. You're probably thinking, why do I put this out? But there are people out there that may some of you may have eBay stock, and you might be interested in this website. So I figured, let me throw it out there. Check out. I don't own any stocks on eBay. Don't plan to. I'm not a stock person to be on, play the stock market. But that's me. But anyway, it says over here, eBay closed at $28.17 in the latest trading day, session, marking a plus 1% move up from the prior day. The change is lagged on S&P's 500. If you want to read the rest of this story, folks, I'm not going to get into much of this here. There's not much to read here, but if you want to look into it further, just go to www.zacks.com. Let's move right along. There may be another one that looks here almost similar. eBay unveils toy book in print and online. It says over here, this story came out, published yesterday, November 15, 2018. It says eBay on Wednesday unveiled its holiday toy book, touting that not just hot toys of the year, but also rare and retro items found through the found in this marketplace. You could print copies of the catalog and be mailed. It says over here, print copies of the catalog are being mailed to millions, with 4 million slimmer versions found in People magazine, and now newsstands sent out subscribers. The toy book will be distributed today, which is November 16th, at eBay's Toyopia Pop at New York City's Chelsea Market. The company told a retail dive in an email. Let's see what else it says over here. The e-commerce marketplace giant joins Target and Amazon in printing a toy tome this year. All represents a move to grab the market and share, absence of Toys R Us, which made more than $1 billion in toy sales. The liquidating toys retailer is operating as a shadow of its own former self, using remnants of its intellectual property as Jeffrey's toy box. That's a shame. I miss Toys R Us. But anyway, guys, we want to read this here. Just go to www.retaildive.com. Okay? All right, let's move right along. This one here we already talked about, same company. Okay, we got this one here. So you know what happens? You click the buttons too much, and that's what happens. It goes on to say here now, for those people who use certain things here in skin creams, you got to be careful. This is from www. The URL is ew.org. The story you're looking for is dangerous levels of mercury found in skin creams purchased on Amazon and eBay. Okay? This came out November 15th, 2018. Today, 51 environmental and public health groups, including EWG, called on Amazon and eBay to remove illegal skincare products containing dangerous levels of mercury. The products purchased and tested by the Mercury Policy Project in some cases contained as much as 30,000 parts per million, or ppm, of mercury, astounding 30 times the legal limit of 1 ppm set by the Food and Drug Administration. Mercury is highly toxic heavy metal. Mercury exposure can cause kidney damage, skin rashes, skin discoloration, and scarring, as well as reduction in the skin's resistance to infections, okay, including anxiety, depression, psychosis, a nerve damage that can result in pain, numbness in the hands, arms, legs, and feet. Okay? Now, if you want to read the rest of this story, folks, I suggest you do. If you're a person that uses skin cream or whatever, check it out. Just go to www.ewg.org. Okay? Please check it out, folks. Be careful, all right? Be very careful here. Okay, eBay unveils new sites influence and ad offer. This came out today, November 16th, from the company is www.warc.com. And it goes on to say, online marketplace eBay has launched a new advertising offer that promises to help advertisers deliver more impactful campaigns through improved shopper insights and influence. Sitting with the eBay advertisement division, the company announced that the new offer has been developed in response and demand for brands of more transparency, effectiveness across all customer touchpoints. You can read the rest of this story here, folks. You know the URL. This one here is Trash to Treasure. It's a 3-minute video. I'm not going to play it right now because this video is going to be a lot longer. I'm just going to give you the URL. You can check it out in your time. It's www.citynews1130, one word, .com, and the story you're looking for is Trash to Treasure. Okay? Check that out and you can see what it's all about. Woo Communications. This is from Tamebay, WooCommerce, Amazon, eBay integration from Cadisto. Okay, and this was put out November 15, 2018 by Chris Dawson. It says, in good news of WooCommerce merchants, Cadisto has built a WooCommerce Amazon eBay integration already available on WooCommerce.com marketplace. And you can read the rest of this story here if you like. It's on tamebay.com. Yes, Thanksgiving-style Pringles now on eBay. This is from the URL is www.kfyrtv, one word, .com. And you can get Thanksgiving-style Pringles now on eBay. There's no reason I put it on. It's an eBay story. Pringles released a line of Thanksgiving dinner-flavored chips November 6th. Their originally cost is $14.99. Wow. And sold out in 41 minutes. Wow, look at that. Now they're selling up to $200 on eBay. Wow. Bids are beginning at $72 to get a taste of this no cooking required dinner. Last year, the release box that looked like a TV dinner, inspiring consumers and stacked them in tastier festivities. This year, they sold in packs of 3 with flavors such as turkey stuffing and pumpkin pie. All right. Okay. You know the website. I just gave it to you. Let's bump out of here. I think we already talked about that Digiday. Yes, we already did that one. And it goes on to say this one is from www. Well, this was actually it's retail. Actually, it's https:// retail.emarketer, one word.com, and you can check it out. It goes on to say here, where do former Toys R Us customers shop now? Amazon aims to capture these shoppers, but it doesn't offer the same experience. This story came out November 15th. It goes on to say, store closures are a hallmark of a so-called retail apocalypse. But the demise of the brick-and-mortar locations might be more apparent to industry watchers. The average consumer doesn't always pay attention unless a particular store meant something to them. According to the June 2018 survey by Slathrough, many U.S. consumers, 38.9%, said they haven't even noticed the slew of national chain closures, wow, over the past few years. An additional 18.3% did notice and said that they didn't care, while 28.3% admitted they missed some stores. When asked about the retailer they missed the most beyond the tough crowd of 36% who said none, Sears 24%, and Toys R Us 21.3% were the most beloved. Okay, Now, if you want to read the rest of this here, you can go check it out. It's the URL. I gave it to you earlier, and that's what it is, Retail Marketer. And with that, I am going to close this out. Let me see over here if my web browser is moving around over here. I just want to say again, thank you again to all the new subscribers who subscribed here. If you notice it's getting dark, my backdrop is getting light. I usually try to shoot these videos in natural lighting. You can see I'm getting darker and turning red. That's not my natural complexion. But that's what happens when it starts getting dark over here. We have an overcast. Last night we had a bad storm. As you can know, we had a lot of snow, and you know, it was a nightmare. You know, it was a nightmare for a lot of people, not just for us over here in the East Coast. I'm in New York, Long Island, so we tend to have things a little worse than most others. But anyway, guys, listen, I just want to say thank you very much. Today is Friday. This is the Reseller News, November 16, 2018. I'm wishing you all the best of sales. Enjoy it. Have had a great weekend, or at least try to anyway. I hope it doesn't snow or rain or whatever is going to happen on here. But wherever you are, I hope you have a good weekend. Take care. Until next time. Bye-bye now.